Hello YouTubers, welcome back to the Independent Investor, November 18th market update. This is part 3. I was just talking about the cryptocurrencies and how the more I read about this, it looks like we're creating a parallel kind of economy, maybe the new economy. I continue to read more and more about this and wasn't sure if it's just a bubble that's just going to kind of disappear and pop like the tulip mania or many of the other manias we've had in the past. But with all the Fed money printing and all the corruption that took place in the last correction, and the more I read about it, this just seems to be something that the universe is offering us, and it seems more inclusive. You don't need, like an IPO of a new company in the old system. It would be the people within the company and people with lots of money that could get in on those, and then the company IPO, the price might spike and those people make millions of dollars, and then the retail investor would end up sometimes buying at this high price. Not always, but I mean, that system did kind of work. That's how we got new companies. But with this, we've got ICOs now coming out, which is an initial coin offering. And what they are, they're funded by the cryptocurrencies. So it's almost like a parallel to the old initial public offering, where shares were made available to the public in the secondary market and the stock exchange. And this is just full of fraud right now. People, just jumping on the bandwagon and creating companies that probably will never have revenues or survive, very similar to the dot-com boom. But what I've been looking through, there's some companies really starting to emerge that I think will really compete with the banks with some really increases in efficiencies. One of them I came across was Populous, and it does it allows any investor to go on, and then you can bid on account receivables or invoices for companies. This is set up mostly in the UK, but I imagine it'll go global. And so I opened up an account with them, and they use their token or their ICO money. You can buy into the shares of some of these companies by taking, say, Ether or Bitcoin, and then you kind of buy their tokens, and those tokens then are used just as the companies used to receive money from investors when they bought their shares. They receive the money now when we put money in, you buy their tokens with a cryptocurrency, and then they use that to fund the operations. So, but I actually signed up with them now, and I'll see, they're meant to go live next year, and I'll be this is the whole democratizing side of it. A small investor now can go in, and they're going to use a Z-score financial rating on these companies, and depending on that financial rating, that'll determine the interest rates to buy their invoices. And this is a very big market, and banks do this. There's companies that that maybe they've sold so much product in the millions, but they're not going to get that account's kind of receivable or money maybe for 2 months. So the banks would come in, buy that, give them the cash, buy it, and then give them a discount, and that would work out to their interest rates they would get on it, and then the company has this cash flow kind of right away. So again, I think this continues to really I think requires more and more attention as I get to know, and I think we could possibly be in a very big economic transition here, and it's going to allow more of the masses to be involved with this, and not just really the big banks. It goes on to the blockchain, which can't be altered, so there's a lot less chance of fraud. So that's kind of all I have for this week. Again, this is this is not financial advice in any way. It's just a dialogue between myself and YouTubers, and feel free to correct any errors I've made or send me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe if you enjoy it. And I look forward to doing this again next week. And we'll see what happens with the junk bonds, if they fully recover, if the market has an up week. But it's been some time now since we've had actually 2 down weeks in the market, and other areas starting to show a few little cracks. So I'll be looking closely at all those things next week. Okay, thank you.